Hey there, Tiffany Thomas with wealthytiffany.com, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the 3 tips to buying your first stock. And before we dive in, make sure and comment below with freedom if you are ready for financial freedom right now. And if you are looking for more tips and strategies on becoming financially free at a young age, make sure and hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. And don't forget to like and share this video. All right, so let's dive in and talk about the 3 things to buy your first stock, the 3 most important things to focus on when you're buying your first stock. And before I dive in, before I tell you the steps, you guys, I just want to tell you that investing in stocks has given me the highest return I have ever gotten with any of the investments that I've done with my money. It has been stocks, and I've seen over 100% return. And I was able to buy my 4th property earlier this year because I had invested in stocks. I cashed out some of my stocks and put that toward my down payment on my 4th property. So I have seen great success with stocks, and it's not hard to invest in stocks. You can get started very simply and very inexpensively as well. You can start with less than $100. And yeah, I just love investing in stocks. It's a very passive way to make money instead of always trading time for dollars. Instead of you going into work, punching the time clock, working all day, and then getting paid. All you do is set up your investing account, purchase your stocks, and watch them grow over time. And it's a very passive way to make really good money. Okay, so that being said, let's talk about the first tip to buying your first stock. And this one is to be ready. You want to have your brokerage account, is what it's called. It's an investing account, and all it is an online account where you can go in and you can buy and sell your stocks. So you want to make sure that you are ready to go. And the reason, if people they don't think that they're ready to buy stocks, but then they see that, maybe the market has crashed, or people are talking about, oh, the stock is down right now, but I know it's going to go back up. And you're thinking, oh man, I wish I could buy stocks right now, but I'm not ready. I don't have anything set up. So the first tip to buying your first stock is to get ready. Set your investing account up, your brokerage account up. And I use ally.com, ALLY.com, and that's who I use to buy and sell my stocks. And I found them to be, very easy to use, very friendly, and they have a very low fee in order to buy your stocks. It's one of the lowest. It's $4.95, and I've seen all the way up to $10. So anyway, that's who I use, is ally.com if you're interested. So you really want to be ready to buy your stocks. You want to know where you're going to buy them. So you want to have your brokerage account, your investing account set up already, and you want to know how to use it. And that way you can be ready to actually purchase your stocks. So when when people are talking about, oh, the stock has gone down a lot right now, it'd probably be a good time to buy. And you trust those people, or of a company that you already want to invest in, and you can kind of watch that stock, and then you're ready to buy the stock when that stock price goes down a little bit. And it's just great to be prepared, right? Just be ready. So that is the first tip. And then the second one to buying your first stock is to buy something that you are familiar with. And Peter Lynch teaches this. He is a very successful, very popular investor, if you haven't heard of him. He has some great books out, FYI. And I like this one because I've actually seen this in my own life. So when I bought my first stock, before I really knew what I was doing, I just did a recommendation off of a blog that I was reading, and he just kind of said, oh, this stock looks like a good one. It's really low right now, but it's going to go up. It's going to take off. And I didn't know what I was doing, and so I just thought, well, okay, sure, I'll just take his recommendation. And I bought that stock, and it did not go up. It actually went down, and then it came back up a little bit later on. And I kind of just kept that stock as a reminder on not to just take some hot tip that someone's giving you, but to actually buy something you're familiar with. That's the easiest way to get started in stocks, is to buy a company that you are familiar with, that maybe you even use, or you know a ton of your friends use. And a good example of this is Netflix. A ton of my friends have Netflix accounts, and you may even have a Netflix account as well. But it's a very popular company. A lot of people are using Netflix, and that company is doing really well. And I actually bought Netflix a few years ago, and I have seen such a great return on Netflix. I'm so glad I bought that. But it's something that I was familiar with, and I felt comfortable buying that stock because I knew what it was. It wasn't this random company that someone just out of the blue said, oh, you should buy this stock. It was one that I was like, oh, that sounds like a good stock. And, I did a little homework on it and decided to invest in it, and I'm so glad I did. So that is the second tip, is to buy something you're familiar with instead of just some random company that you have no idea what it is, or if they're even doing well in the marketplace, if they're the leader, or how long the company's been around. So just make sure when you're getting started, buy something you're familiar with. It makes things a lot easier and you feel more comfortable with your investment. And then the third tip is to not overanalyze. And I feel like this is where a lot of people get stuck. They get stuck in the analysis paralysis. They continue to analyze everything about the company, and they'll look at the stock price history and see maybe it went down for a little bit and then up and then it went down again, and they just think, I don't know if it's going to be good, and they keep researching about it, or they keep asking their friends about it, or other people that they maybe trust, but they keep overanalyzing everything, and then they never purchase it because they keep thinking, oh, maybe it'll drop. Well, maybe I should wait a while. I'm not sure if I'm really ready. And it's just this cycle that continues and continues, and so the stock never gets purchased. And you're not making any money if you're not purchasing stocks. So don't get stuck in the overanalyzation of stocks. Do some homework, figure out if you feel good about that company, and just buy it. Just get started with your first stock, because once you get started, it's so much easier to continue, right? When you take the first step of doing something, it makes it so much easier to continue, and you get better at it. It's just like when you are, you want to play an instrument, and you're starting the piano, and you're not very good at first, but you've taken the first lesson, and then you take another lesson and you start practicing, and you become better and better. But you had to take that first step. You had to take that first lesson, and then you were able to become better at it. And it's the same with stock buying. Once you buy your first stock, you can become better and better at buying stocks, but you need to get started. And that's why I don't want you getting stuck in overanalyzing every little detail about the stock, because you'll never get started. So yeah, I just wanted to point out these 3 tips for you guys when you are looking to buy stocks. So you want to make sure that you are actually ready, that you have your brokerage account, your investing account set up and ready to go. And then the second tip is to invest in something that you're familiar with. It makes it a lot easier, and you feel so much more comfortable because you actually have heard of the company, maybe you've used the company. And then the third tip is to not overanalyze. Don't get stuck in the analysis paralysis. Do some homework, feel good about it, and just purchase it. Just do it. And if you guys want step-by-step instructions on exactly how to buy your first stock, you can definitely check out my course. It's called How to Buy Your First Stock in 48 Hours. And I will leave the link below in the description so you can check that out. And it just gives you a very simple process, a very step-by-step process on how to actually buy your first stock. And I walk you through every detail and what criteria I look for when I'm buying a stock, and there's tutorials on how to set up your account. And yeah, everything is included. So if you guys are ready to invest in stocks, to start making your money work for you, creating that passive income so you're not always trading time for dollars, definitely check out my course and you guys get started in investing in stocks. And I will leave that link below. And make sure and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you found this video helpful, please like it and share it with someone who needs this information. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks.